Hello, friends, and welcome. It's our 100th episode of Move Into Coherence. And I'm so grateful you're here with me celebrating. What we're doing today is a special episode. It's a meditation that will take up pretty much the whole time. I felt it was important to do this, especially it being our 100th episode. And what we're doing is we're tying together all the other previous live episodes and bringing in information from those in a coherent and free-flowing form. Sometimes we'll be sitting, most of the time we'll be sitting. Occasionally we'll be standing. I'll give you a prompt, and we can, at the end, come back into sitting or even lying for the last part. And I'll let you know that part. So what we're doing here is we're learning to change our focus from the external, we call it the external locus of control, everything around us, things from our past and our present, things that have been challenging and maybe continue to be. And we're changing that focus, a new focus and a new awareness to what is happening for us internally. And what we can do for ourselves to feel good in this life that we are living. I'm curious to know if you are hearing me all right, and maybe if somebody could just give me a thumbs up in the chat, that would be really helpful. I have a feeling that maybe I'm not being heard. I would appreciate that. In the internal locus of control, can you hear me now? Just would love someone to, because I see people coming in and going out, and it makes me wonder if maybe you can't hear me. I don't know why that would be, but loud and clear. Oh, wonderful. Thanks, Dawn, for letting me know that. Okay, so I can continue on. So we're changing our locus of control, our focus awareness, and we're changing it from the external to the internal. And this is a good time to do this because there's a lot going on out there that maybe are challenging us. And it would be nice if we had a sense of not being victims in this life, but actually being in charge. And that's what I like to call it, in charge, because we run on electricity. We run on charges. So if we're in charge, that means we're the ones that are deciding how much energy we have and where we're putting that energy and all of that. So this is called the internal locus of control. In this, we learn that we can trust ourselves, we trust our bodies, and we trust that life force energy that's always here for us. The basic truth and reality of nature is life always wants more life. So we are learning to release the tension and the unnecessary efforts in the body. We're receiving sensations of ease and for comfort and flow. We're receiving these positive sensations. We're allowing them to fill us up all the way into our bions, which are our energy vesicles inside of us that help to create life for us and with us and through us. And we remember that that ambient energy is all around us. It makes us, we create with it, and it's here for us, with us, through us. And our body is here for us. Nothing's out to get us. We're in charge. We're bringing in awareness. We're allowing the energy to be sensed. And we're also sensing the space inside of us and knowing that that's where we create, is in that space. And we can choose to feel this way anytime we choose. That's our superpower. And it's all here for us. So let's begin. We will do a 3 bells and then we'll go right into it. So please find a comfortable place where you will be undisturbed for about 45 minutes as we do this together. And when I come to an EFT script, a tapping script, please repeat after me as you hold some acupoint or acupoints. And a nice one is to spread your hand so that your thumb comes on one collarbone and your fingers on the other collarbone, and just resting your hand gently on your chest over your heart area. Thanks for joining in. This is our 100th episode. I am so grateful you're here. And we're going to begin with with an EFT. So you can be lying or sitting, and please place your hand on an acupoint somewhere for yourself. We'll do the 3 bells. And this can be a nice time for you to just slow your breathing down as we listen to their resonance. And go ahead and place your hand, hold some acupoints for yourself. And repeat after me. Even though the voice in my head is telling me I'm not enough, I accept how I feel, and I choose to love myself anyway. Even though the voice in my head is telling me there's something wrong with me, I choose to be open to the possibility it's no longer true. This voice in my head telling me I'm not enough, it's telling me there's something wrong with me. It's telling me that I'm the problem. I'm the one who's lacking. I notice how exhausting this is, how it drains my energy, my creativity, and my joy. All from the belief that I'm not enough. I'm just not enough. And I'm pretty sure there's no hope for me. What if I'm just not one of the lucky ones? This voice that says I'm not enough, it hurts so much. Part of me feels so alone and so sad. And let's do a sigh of relief here. Inhale through the nose, small breath in, larger breath in, and with lips closed. What if I am enough? Where did I learn this anyway? I think I know. Yeah, I know. I don't have to listen to this voice. I can talk back. Hey there, mean voice, you're lying. And I'm not listening to you anymore. I am enough. Wherever I learned this, it's time to let it go. It's time to feel safe being enough. And to feel the freedom and ease that comes with that. Only I can say I'm enough. I want love, happiness, and success. I am enough for all of that and more. Receiving that now. I am enough. And now place your hands on your thighs and we'll tap the fingers down. Pinky, ring, middle, index. And repeat after me. It's safe to feel that I am enough. Feeling safe, satisfied, and connected. I can feel my receiving hands on my own legs, pinky, ring, middle, index. Connecting with my own legs now. Feeling the warmth of my hands. Softening into the truth. Feeling this new truth now. I am enough. I tap my fingers gently onto my legs, pinky, ring, middle, index. Receiving satisfaction now. I am enough. I'm feeling safety, satisfaction, and connection. My basic human needs are met. I did that. I am enough. And let's take a breath in through the nose, deep into the lungs, and a slow exhale. And you can relax your hands. And now we're going to do the sitting arch and curl. So begin by sitting toward the front of a chair so that your back is not touching the backrest. Your feet are flat on the floor. And let's begin. As we inhale, allow the pelvis to tip forward, the back arches, chin tips up. And as we exhale, release that, coming back through the neutral position. And then on an exhale, we'll slump round the back. The face juts straight forward and the pelvis tilts. So your tailbone is coming more into the seat. And then coming out of that, moving back through neutral, through that middle place, nice and slow, so you can notice where's middle. And then as you breathe in, we're going to go half as far into the arch. Inhaling, back arches halfway, chin lifts halfway, pelvic tilts halfway. And then moving back, releasing that through your middle place, noticing where middle is, nice and slow here. And then on an exhale, allow your back to round. Again, we're only coming halfway into the curl this time. Back is round, the face juts straight forward, and we're rolling back towards the tailbone. And then as we slowly undo that, coming through our middle place, noticing where middle is for you, where it feels easy. On our next inhale, we're going to go into a very small arch. Inhale, the pelvis tips forward, your chin lifts up slightly, belly is long, slight arch in the back, and then coming back through neutral, through your middle place, noticing where middle is, where it's easy. And then on an exhale, we'll just go into that curl just a little bit, rounding the back, face reaching forward just a little. And then we'll come back into our middle place, noticing where that middle place is, where it's easy to be. In this middle place, where it's easy to be, it's a comfortably aligned posture. Notice how these sensations feel in your body, the pleasurable sensations of how it feels to have your eyes, the backs of the eyes, lined up with your throat and your heart and your pelvic floor. This is our natural alignment where it's easy to be. Thank you for joining in, and let's move on to the next part. This is again another EFT tapping, and so find an acupoint that feels comfortable for you. And let's begin. We may have had situations that were challenging in our lives. And maybe even now. We feel fear, a perceived threat. This oftentimes happens when we're young. And we've been told that our body must fight against contagious viruses. No wonder we feel we need to be on guard. Let's now find some freedom from all of this as we remember that life is always seeking more life. Please hold your acupoint and repeat after me. Even though this stuff happened, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though things have happened to me in the past that have caused me a lot of pain, and I'm still carrying a lot of that pain, I choose to love and accept how I feel. This stuff that happened, these painful things that happened, all this pain I'm still carrying. I choose to clear it. I don't owe it to anyone to hang on to this pain. Part of me might think I do. Maybe to make sure it never happens again. But I know I've had enough pain. And what about the viruses? I've learned I can catch them. And they can make me sick. I've learned I can pass them to others and make them sick. But this has never been proven. Never been proven to be true. Not once. Never. The methods they used are weak and faulty at best, and actually fraudulent. Sick people do not make healthy people sick. Our bodies are always seeking more life. Symptoms are the body healing. I support my body. There's no more need for tests or masks or social distancing. And there's definitely no need for vaccines. I have a new way of looking at this. I was told something was true, and now I know it is no longer true. I feel betrayed by these people. I have been lied to, and that feels unfair. But I'm open to finding freedom in this. I begin to trust my body. I begin to trust life. I release myself from the situations in the past. They have brought me here, and there's no more guarding needed. I release the tension that this causes. Relax your hand, and we're going to do a shoulder release. You can say this out loud. I raise my shoulders up towards my ears and slowly release them down. I raise my shoulders up towards my ears again and slowly release them down. And repeat after me. I notice what feels easier now. Finding some ease and comfort in my body. Allowing that to expand inside me. It feels unfamiliar, but that's okay. I'm open to finding the good here and allowing it in. Breathing it in. Filling up my bions with good energy to support my life. Releasing the past events and situations so that I can be free. I'm doing this. Finding the good now. Finding freedom in my body, mind, and spirit. And let's do a sigh of relief. Small breath in through the nose, larger breath in, and with mouth closed. And you can release your hand. And let's do a grounding breath. Begin by feeling your feet on the floor and feel the floor against your feet. And on your next inhale, allow the breath to come into the feet, up to the ankles. And on the exhale, release anything you no longer need from the feet. And on your next inhale, breathe into the legs from the ankles to the hips. On the exhale, release anything you no longer need from the legs. And then inhaling into the low belly, the pelvis, the low back. And exhale, release anything you no longer need from this area. On your next inhale, breathe into the torso all the way up to your shoulders. And on the exhale, releasing anything from that part of you that you no longer need. Breathing into the arms from the shoulders out to the fingertips. And exhaling and releasing anything you no longer need from the arms. And on your last inhale, breathing into the throat, the neck, the breath, the eyes, the brain. And on the exhale, releasing anything you no longer need from those areas. And now let's do waking and shaking. We're just going to do one of each motion. Please come to standing. Thank you for joining in. Begin by standing with your feet in line with your shoulders. And bending the knees, bringing them towards one another. Bending the arms so the hands come up towards the shoulders. Round the back, curl the back, drop the head, and get small, get round. And then slowly letting your legs get long, your belly and your back get long, your arms get long. Reach up, tip your chin up, look up. And then let your arms float down by your sides. Notice the sensations in your body. And then we'll do the tongue, pressing the tip of the tongue to the center of the roof of the mouth, pressing up gently. And then slowly let the tongue soften all the way down to the root of the tongue. And take a break and take a breath and notice how you feel. And then we'll do the quick shake. We'll begin by wagging our tailbone, our coccyx, like a happy dog. And let your legs and arms be wiggly. And your whole self wiggles. Your head, your neck. This is a gentle shaking. And let that move all the way up your spine to the crown of the head. Pause here, and with loose lips, motorboat. And pause and notice how you feel. Aha. I apologize. I have had this muted for the last part. What to do? What to do? I think we'll just move forward from here. Not a lot I can do about going back in time. It will be on the video, and I can do a voiceover for that part. Apologies. Thank you for sending messages through the chat. Otherwise, I would not have known that. All right, we're going to do jaw release. With the jaw, we allow the mouth to open comfortably wide and then slowly come back to neutral, to a closed mouth. And again, allowing our jaw to open comfortably wide and then slowly coming back to closed. Taking a few seconds here. And then we'll do the frown, allowing the corners of the mouth to drop down and then slowly bringing that back to neutral. And again, our corners of our mouth drop down into a frown, and we slowly bring our corners back to a neutral position. Breathe and take a break, take a breath. And we will do raise eyebrows. The eyebrows lift up and then slowly release them down. Take a few seconds. And again, eyebrows up and slowly releasing down. And now we'll do knit eyebrows, where we bring the eyebrows towards each other, towards the center. This is where we get that 11. So we're going to slowly release that, letting the muscles soften, letting there be a wide space between the eyebrows. And again, knit the eyebrows together and then slowly release. And breathe. And now we'll do some self-lymphatic drainage for the arms, bringing the hand into the armpit, and we're going to slide the fingers from the armpit towards the heart, just stretching the skin 5 times here. And then we bring the fingers to that arm's hand, and we will slide the fingers underneath the arm all the way up to the armpit, from the palm all the way up 5 times. And then we come back into the armpit and slide the skin towards the center line. And then we'll go to the other side. Fingers come to the inside of the armpit, and we slide the skin towards the heart, from the armpit towards the heart 5 times. And then we'll do the arm. We come to the palm of the hand and slide our other hand along the underside of the arm all the way to the armpit. And we'll do that 5 times. And now the armpit again. We'll just slide that skin towards the center line 5 times. And then we'll come back to the collarbone area, crossing the arms, bringing the fingers to the space above the collarbones, and then just sliding the skin down towards the collarbones and a little bit towards center, towards your heart. 5 times here. And breathe and notice the flow and any sensations through the face. All right. And now we'll do another EFT tapping script. So please hold an acupoint and repeat after me. This one is about trust. I am not so sure I want to trust myself because I've made some mistakes in the past. I'm not sure that I can trust myself. I did something that I can call unskilled. But I'm open to the possibility that there's a new way of seeing things. I made the best choice that I could in the moment. I did what I felt was right in the moment. That was then. This is now. There are new possibilities for me. New situations for me where I can learn to trust myself again. I am learning to trust myself. And there's freedom in that. I release the fear and regret from my body. Learning to trust my body now. Knowing my no means no, and my yes means yes. I'm going to breathe this into my whole body as I trust my body to bring breath in. And release your hand, and please come to standing as we do whole body breathing. We're going to slowly raise the arms out in front of us with the palms up, raising them all the way up above the head on the inhale. On the exhale, turn the palms over so they're facing down, fingertips facing each other, elbows wide, and we're pressing the hands down toward the floor on the exhale. Imagine on the inhale, the breath is coming up through the back of the body, backs of the legs and the head and the back. On the exhale, turning the hands over, elbows wide, fingers facing each other, pressing down. Anything from the front of the body. We're dropping that down towards the earth. Let's pause here. Wait for the breath to come in all on its own. And again, inhale, arms come up, the front. Breathing up the back body. And on the exhale, the arms come down and we're breathing out the front body. Pause here, wait for the breath to come in. And again, inhale, letting that breath come in for you. Arms reach up and exhale, palms press down. You can imagine releasing things down towards the earth. And take a break and notice how you feel. It's important to remember our body is breathing us. 20,000 breaths a day are happening for us. And now we're going to finish off with a meditation that allows us to feel the space inside of us. Remembering this is where we create. So allow yourself to find a comfortable spot where you can be sitting or lying undisturbed. So let's begin. Let's drop into being aware of the breathing. The breathing that's here for you. Just noticing that. And now, bring your awareness to your hands. And go inside and imagine the space inside of your hands. Becoming aware of the space inside of your hands. And now let's bring awareness to our feet. And notice the space inside of the feet. Trust that what you're sensing is real. Feeling into the space inside of the calves and the shins, the lower parts of the legs. Knowing that there is space between every cell, inside of vessels, and the air spaces in the bones. The space inside of the fascia, and the space inside every proton. And now we'll move up into the thighs, the fronts, the backs, and the sides, all the different parts of the thighs, and all the space that's there. Between the bones, between the cartilage, between the cells, in every proton. And notice in the pelvic area that as you allow this space into the legs, perhaps the pelvis is softening. Maybe the contact that you're making with the surface you're resting on becomes a little softer, and you feel more connected. Finding the space in the pelvic floor. Noticing the space in the low belly, in the bladder, in the tubes to the kidneys, and inside the kidneys. Feeling the space. The space where creation happens. And now we'll bring our awareness to our middle, our torso, the belly, the back, the chest. And we're noticing the space between the organs, the space between the cells, and the space in every proton. We know the energy of the entire universe is contained in each proton. Feeling that now. Ever creating more life. Life is always creating more life. Inviting you now to feel into the back of yourself. Imagine a gentle breeze from behind blowing at your back, bringing awareness into that part of you. And as you bring that awareness in to the back, just noticing again the space. The space between the bones of the spine and inside of the spinal canal where the fluid flows. And we simply allow the breathing to happen for us. Nothing we have to do. It's here for us. We can trust that. And now, let us bring our awareness into our arms. Feel the space inside your arms from your hands and fingers all the way to your shoulders. And now, please bring your awareness to your throat and your neck. And feel the space here. Notice the space in your neck and throat. We notice the space in our esophagus for swallowing food and water. And inside the trachea, our windpipe for allowing the air to come in and out. Feeling into the spaces there. And let's feel into the spaces inside of the head. Inside of the brain, there are spaces. Between the membranes of the brain and between the skull and the brain, there's space. The space where creation happens. This is the nature of the universe. Where there's space, there's creation. And now let's feel into the space inside of the sinus cavities, behind the eyeballs, in the mouth, in the ears. And we're noticing the breath breathing us. Imagine that that breath is coming into these spaces. Remembering the brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. So as we are imagining this, it's real. And now, as a whole, let's see if we can feel from our feet through the legs, through the belly and the back, out the arms, up the throat and neck, and all the way into the brain, the whole body at once. Being aware of all of you and the space inside. Trusting yourself that your imagination is real. allowing the breath to flow as it does for us, as we feel all the space inside all at once. The spaces that make us up are filling with this beautiful, free energy that's always there. It's not going away. And now, over the next couple of breaths, allow your eyes to come to a soft gaze. Notice your feet and toes and fingers and hands and give them a wiggle. And then we'll use those soft eyes to bring us back into the space of the room we're in. Letting your eyes wander separate from your head. Let them wander someplace in the room. And then your head follows where your eyes lead, your soft eyes. And now allow those soft eyes to move to another place in the room. And then the head follows where the eyes lead. And one more time, your soft eyes move to another place in the room, and then your head follows where your eyes lead. And we'll come back to a neutral head. And let's do receiving hands together to allow all of this good, positive sensation to come in. We close our hands into soft fists, beginning with the pinky ring, middle, index. And we say, repeat after me, I have the power to create always within me. I am in charge of how I want to feel at any moment. When I release myself from my past experiences, trust myself, and feel that I am enough, I am open to more life. Receiving hands again, pinky ring, middle, index. And we say, nothing is out to get me. Life always wants more life. Relax your hands. I feel my life force energy moving through me now. I did that. And I can access this feeling whenever I choose. And let's do a sigh of relief. Small breath in through the nose. Bigger breath in. And with mouth closed. And now, please send yourself some appreciation for joining in today. Thank you for being here with me for our 100th episode. I'm so grateful. Deeply grateful. This has been Move Into Coherence. I'm Pamela Stokes. Take it easy. And we'll end with our 3 bells.